for his age, if he's hungry, he's gonna have it. He doesn't know he needs to control the diet to look better. So like, if he's hungry, he's gonna let you know. But if he's hungry, he let you know. You give your baby the milk first.
Hello everybody. In case you're thinking, what is she bouncing on? I'm sitting on a gym ball currently, and I think it's a really great way for me to just sit on something that moves. I'm not having to subconsciously think about what I'm doing. I'm just helping myself have movement, but at the same time, I'm still in a position where I'm not actually doing anything strenuous, and it's good. So why am I sitting here talking to you guys about sitting on this gym ball? Well, first of all, it is something that doesn't cause me any friction or tension to talk about. You may have understood that I've had a week where I have let a couple of things impact what's been going on in my life, and if you've ever heard of Abraham's videos, then you will know that there is one particular story she repeats quite a lot, and I think in this case, this is one story that really relates to what I'm going through. And you can consider it as distractions, but they come across as manifestations that just happen because there's no strong feelings about that type of topic. So I'm going to be talking to you guys about things that I find easy to talk about, as simple as it sounds. Easy is a good thing because it means that I'm enjoying the conversation. It means that I'm engaging in that topic, and because I'm not thinking about it so much, there'll probably be more of that shows up in my life. So it's a little random for sure, but I think once I start, it'll just get a lot easier. So one of the things that I want to talk about is table lamps. Okay, so I have this really childlike fairy lamp, which you will see. It is something I ordered from a website called Berserk, which here is the link if you want to check that out. For those of you in Australia and New Zealand, this is easy for you to get a hold of. However, I don't think it's opened up in any other countries. So if you are in any other countries, you may not be able to buy anything from this site currently. I say that because a lot of websites you talk about, they don't open to certain countries, and then before you know it, they do. So I love this website because not only did I buy myself a lamp from it, but I've bought dresses from it in the past. I love dresses. I think that they are really a great way for me to just put something comfortable but really pretty on. Going back to the lamps, Greg and I had a table lamp, and it was really great in size. The lighting was pretty good too. It just looked like it had its time. You know, when some lamps sort of look like they're just a little bit too old and we needed something a little bit more renewed and fresh. So that's why I went ahead and bought a fairy castle lamp from Berserk. Now, the first time I ordered this lamp, unfortunately it came to me broken, but this company is so wonderful that they pretty much sent me a free one out as soon as I had mentioned to them that the first one arrived cracked and damaged. It was a little upsetting because I was so excited to use it that day, but I knew that in the long term, you know, as long as I communicated with them, things would turn out fine. So here we are with this really lovely looking lamp, which I'm okay with. I think the lighting could be a lot better, but then again, table lamps should be, to me, a lamp that encourages you to have downtime, to have a calm sort of lighting, nothing too bright, not like a ring light. So fairly dim, just so that you can at least see like where you're walking, or at least if you're reading a book and you want to have, you know, a table lamp on because you don't want to disturb anybody. You may be aware that Greg, myself and Celeste are in the same room. So Celeste has a cot, which is just over here. And it encourages us to, you know, give her her space. And if she needs to co-sleep for any reason, it doesn't happen often, by the way, then that can also be put into place. The next topic is showers. I love showers. I think they're a really great way of just relaxing. I personally think that self-care needs to include some kind of watery hygiene, and showering to me is one of the best. If I can't have a bath, I'm really going to make an effort to have a shower. When I have one, it's like I've got this control over how much water I want to put on me, and I love the fact that I've got products that I can use, you know, when I'm in the shower that smell nice, because smells are quite important to me. I unfortunately cannot be in the same room as somebody that I consider very strong body odor. And I think it's okay to feel like that. You shouldn't have to endure someone's bad smell. And I don't think, unless they're so used to it they can't tell, they want to be involved in that. So to actually be honest and say to them, I think it's important that you know, have a shower and or a bath, whichever what makes you feel good. Wash yourself, be aware of your body and smells. Then it means you're looking after your body, you're giving it the respect that it needs, because clearly if you are out there being smelly, it's not really fair on you, let alone other people, because, you know, you're the one carrying it, and other people, you know, want to be near you, but how can they if you smell so bad? The last thing I want to mention is clocks. Time is such a special part of anybody's life, and clocks are really great in that they're quite, you know, simple. They tell you the time, they have these hands which show you specifically what the time is that you're looking at. I think people feel a lot more comfortable when they know what the time is. I think I've been very reliant in my life on digital clocks as opposed to analog. I think in the future I will consider getting an analog clock for the house, because to me it's still nice to have analog time. It's funny, when you get used to something, you sort of just fall into that pattern of it just doesn't matter. But now that I'm really thinking about it, it'd be nice to have an analog clock somewhere. Plus, it's one of those products that has a sound very tedious, like it just doesn't change. So if it's perfect for time to think and releasing any sort of negative energy. People, I think, listen to clocks to help them sleep. They listen to clocks to help them meditate, because it's just a constant, you know, same sound. And with that in mind, it just calms you down. I think there's a sense of peace. What I have is a fan in my room, and I have the fan on when I'm feeling quite warm. But I also know that the sound of it is very, I want to think of another word of tedious. It's just doesn't change. You know what I mean? It's the same thing over and over again. And that's good. So it's been really good to be able to just sit and talk to you guys. I remember when I was pregnant and I used to sit on a gym ball. It's actually been to me it seems like a long time since I've sat on a gym ball and actually talked to anyone. But I think it's helpful because I'm moving my body still. And even though Celeste and I have had a walk today, I've even meditated today, I've found it in myself to forgive. Greg is currently streaming and Celeste is in her playpen. So this is a time for me to sit down and do an unboxing video with you guys. I did actually receive a parcel from my mum, I'm gonna say about a week ago. And I think I've just put a lot of things, you know, on my priority list that I kind of pushed it to the side. So I knew that I was going to open it soon. It was just a case of when, and I've talked to you guys about how I'd like to have my mum on a video one day and, you know, chat to you about herself when she's confident to do that. Anyway, I've got this package that she sent. It's fairly big. There's no names or anything, so it's not one particular brand. And we have, my mum and I have had a chat about what she put inside of it, and it was actually a weekend, and you guys know about this, when Greg and I weren't feeling so well. So it did come after we got better, but in saying that, you never know, sometimes it's just nice to have something to keep you safe. There's a lot of paper. Look at this. I'm not a fan of brown paper because I know that if I don't clean it up as soon as, it just builds and piles up. So I'm going to make sure that that goes straight out tomorrow. We have our bins collected on Wednesdays, so at least I know that that will get collected tomorrow. So my mum ordered this from Chemist Warehouse because she really loves us, and I know she does everything from her heart because she loves us so much. So it looks like we got a fair amount of Panadol now. And we do have Panadol, it's just that I guess this is like a more up-to-date version now. And when I was talking to her about what we were going through, she was mentioning how important Hydrolyte is. So we have that. Also to keep up with our liquids. But this is nothing that like we would rely on a daily basis. This is just when we feel like we're really low and you know, we just need that extra liquid because our bodies aren't producing enough. And they're two different flavors, obviously. So this one looks like it's lemonade flavored. That's a lot of lemonade flavored ones. And the other one I showed you guys was orange flavored. And then in this little package here, I think Mum and I have talked about this a couple of times, but it's just easier to show you guys what I'm talking about. So I'm in the process of making sure that when I'm cleaning up, say after, you know, I need to change things on Celeste's change mat because it just needs a bit of a cleanup. You can never be too careful, so I'm just trying my best to use natural sprays in the house rather than straight away buy the $2 multi-purpose sprays, because I'm one of those people that sneezes a lot when I clean, and I don't know if that's normal. I don't know if it's because it's the dust. I just feel that if there's a way that I can also encourage myself to use more natural products cleaning up the house, then that's what I want to do. So I talked to my mum about how much I love the smell of eucalyptus. I love that smell whether I'm well or unwell. It's just one of those things that I feel very fresh and clean breathing in. So my mum actually came across a eucalyptus spray. So if you guys understand eucalyptus, it's a type of leaf, and it is just very safe, obviously, in that it's not like it's important to have something that not only cleans but is safe for cleaning with. I know there's so many different bottles and brands out there that you can buy to clean up your house, and you know, sometimes it's a gradual thing that you'll learn what brands are safer for you as opposed to others. Sometimes I think we fall into this mindset of if it's cheap, I'll buy it, rather than is it going to be good for me in the long run, I'll buy it. Because sometimes those cheap bottles, but if they're giving you symptoms that aren't natural, like you get headaches from them, maybe sneezing, maybe coughing a lot, you're just making yourself sick from cleaning, I don't consider that to be a good sign. That's why I'm going to start using this instead of my multi-purpose, and hopefully that'll make a difference in my cleaning. But you guys have a really great rest of the week, and I'll talk to you really soon.